Hey, welcome to Hidden Insight, where we reveal the top stories of the year and the ones you might not have noticed. Today, let's dive into 2024, a year that seemed like the grand finale full of surprising returns, disorder, and silent uprisings.
Hey guys, I'm back. Some say it's a
Make
second
sure our
shot.
borders are safe
I
and
say
hey,
it's meant to be. My plan, let's make America fun again. Oh, and let's also work on the economy.
Guess who's back, guys? Yep, a voice for the people. Supporters are hyped about his comeback, seeing it as a big screw you to traditional politics and a win for populism. Now, let's hear from the critics. Is history just hitting rewind, or are we moving backward? They're worried this move could mess with democratic norms and crank up the polarization. It's like that whole Nietzsche thing, right? Are we actually learning from our mistakes? Or are we stuck in a loop of messing up over and over? Is this a fresh start or just a reminder of how messed up we are? No matter what side you're on, democracy works best when we think critically, vote smart, and chat with people who don't see eye to eye with us. Unity comes from understanding each other, folks. Alright, so in 2024, Sudan's civil war got real intense, with the Sudanese Armed Forces SAF going head to head with the Rapid Support Forces RCF. It's caused a massive humanitarian crisis. Guys, like one of the worst in modern history. We're talking over 25 million people needing help, and millions getting displaced. Now, the thing is, not a lot of media is talking about this. It's like this brutal conflict is getting overshadowed by other global news. And because of that, humanitarian groups are struggling to raise enough money and attention to help out. But here's the deal: civilians are getting caught in the middle of all this. There's food shortages, healthcare is a mess, and too many lives are being lost. The UN even called it a humanitarian catastrophe. On one side, the SAF says they're just trying to protect Sudan's sovereignty and keep things stable. Meanwhile, the RCF claims they're fighting against corruption and oppression. But here's the kicker: both sides are being accused of some pretty awful stuff. We're talking targeting civilians, looting, and even blocking humanitarian aid. It's a real mess, guys.
This damn war wasn't on me, it's all about safeguarding Sudan.
says the guy causing the most destruction.
It's time to act. With millions suffering and dying, the answer is simple. We need an immediate ceasefire, humanitarian aid, and international peacekeepers. No more delays.
Damn, that speech was fire, but where the hell is the damn action? Sudan ain't asking for empty promises. They need the whole damn world to step in and save the day. Simone Weil once said, "Attention is the rarest form of generosity." Well, damn. Let's start giving Sudan the attention it deserves before it's too damn late. Let's back up those words with some real action. Support those grassroots organizations and put some serious pressure on governments to make helping Sudan a top damn priority. Let's show Sudan some love before it's too damn late. Alright, let's talk about the Paris Summer Olympics. It was a total showstopper, right? It had us all glued to our screens, witnessing incredible athletes doing their thing, breaking records and bringing countries together. The hype was real, boosting the local economy and giving us some jaw-dropping moments we won't forget. But not everything was all rainbows and sunshine. Some people had some concerns about the whole shebang. They were looking at the environmental impact, the use of resources, and the crazy pressure put on the athletes. Some folks even wondered if the whole event was more about the show than the actual sports. It's got us thinking, you know.
The Olympics bring the world together. Despite some challenges like sustainability and athlete welfare, the glory makes it all worth it.
Hey Thomas, let's not go burning down the planet or dissing the athletes, okay? Aristotle once said, excellence is a habit. But is it worth it? Maybe true greatness means changing how we honor it. Let's put our energy into eco-friendly infrastructure and treating athletes right. We shouldn't achieve glory by harming the planet or others. Okay, so get this. North Korea sent their top troops to Europe. And now everyone's freaking out about their military getting bigger. Why it's a big deal? People are worried this could lead to more fights and mess up the peace in the world. Different views. Some folks think North Korea is just trying to show off and won't really change much in the big picture.
Can you believe it? North Korea is a wild card. My strategies are next level. Keep your eyes peeled, or you might miss the next move.
Alright, Kim, but what's the end game here, you know? Are we looking for some spotlight or alleged plan? So, Sun Tzu once said, "The best battle is the one you win without throwing fists." But in a world where everything's out in the open, is this move just a big show of weakness? Let's push for peace, calm things down, and keep it all out in the open. The world doesn't need more unnecessary drama, right? Hey guys, let's talk about what's happening in Africa. It's a tough situation that not many people know about. From Ethiopia to the Democratic Republic of Congo, things are rough. The World Food Programme says 2024 is going to be a year where a lot of people need help. Here's the deal. In Ethiopia, there's conflict and bad weather pushing people out of their homes. In the DRC, more than 25 million folks don't have enough food, and 6 million are displaced. Burkina Faso is also struggling with nearly 6 million people needing help. Why don't we hear about this stuff more often? Well, the news likes to talk about big events, so these slow-burning crises in Africa get overlooked. Plus, organizations trying to help are having a hard time getting enough money because people are getting tired of donating. It's a tough situation, but it's important to know what's going on. Let's keep an eye out for ways we can help out, okay?
There are millions out there who are hungry, displaced, and just getting ignored. So, what's the fix? Well, we gotta support food programs, put an end to conflicts, and treat these situations like the emergencies they truly are. Let's step up and make a difference, guys.
Thanks, David. Let's get these governments to pay attention, right? Why can't we feed everyone if we have the means? Is it because we don't have enough or because we just don't care enough? Let's donate, speak up, and spread the word about these stories. Hunger isn't just sad, it's something we can fix. Alright, so in 2023 and 2024, this dude Tommy Robinson, who's known for being pretty far right, organized a bunch of protests against immigration in the UK. He specifically targeted where asylum seekers were staying, and things got pretty heated, leading to violence and making tensions even worse in already divided communities. Here's what went down. Tommy got people together to march in towns where asylum seekers were living in hotels, saying the whole system was letting down British folks. His talk, while hitting home for some locals, often went into some pretty xenophobic and controversial territory. These protests also attracted other far-right groups, like Patriotic Alternative, stirring up even more racial divides. Now, let's hear from both sides. Tommy's supporters say he's speaking up for the working class, who feel like they're being ignored, shining a light on issues with government policies and the strain on public resources. But his critics think these protests are just a way to spread far-right ideas, using local problems to push apart communities. They also point out how asylum seekers, who are often running from war, poverty, or persecution, are being treated like they're less than human. And that's the scoop on what went down with Tommy Robinson and his anti-immigration protests.
Yo, check it out. I'm just spitting the truth that many are too scared to voice. Our neighborhoods are straight up drowning, and we're expected to cough up the cash for these undocumented folks who, let's be real, shouldn't even be stepping foot here. This ain't about hating on anyone. It's about safeguarding our hoods and what's coming down the pipeline.
Alright guys, let's talk about Robinson's usual spiel. Sounds all about keeping our neighborhood safe, right? But if you scratch the surface, you'll see it's all about scaring people into buying into some pretty extreme ideas. And let's be real, his speeches often stir up trouble and spread some pretty harmful stuff. So here's the big question. Is it cool to use fear to keep us safe? Well, according to John Stuart Mill, true freedom means finding a balance between personal rights and what's good for everyone. So where does all this fear of outsiders come into play? Instead of going on about keeping people out and being scared, let's focus on fixing the real issues behind why people move around. Better global policies, making it easier for folks to seek asylum, and building up our communities. Fear pushes us apart, but real solutions bring us together. And just like that, we're wrapping up 2002 for a year full of ups and downs, challenges, and all that jazz. It's been messy, wild, and sometimes totally overwhelming, but hey, that's life on this crazy planet we call home, right? If there's one thing we've learned from 2024, it's that the world keeps on spinning, and so should we. Every tough moment teaches us something. Every small victory is worth celebrating. And every untold story reminds us of the importance of paying attention. As we gear up for a new year, let's make a promise to ourselves. Let's question more, care deeper, and take bold action. The future isn't just something that happens to us. It's something we all create together. So long, 2024. Here's to a year ahead full of growth, making moves, and hopefully a bit less craziness. Keep that curiosity alive, stay mindful, and I'll catch you in 2025. Until then, take care, guys.